This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And today I am thrilled to be speaking with this acclaimed artist, the one and only LEA MAGDANGAL. Hello, LEA, how are you?
Hello, Will. Nice to see you.
LEA, it is so nice to finally see you. I feel like we've had this interview on the books for like months. But LEA, I freaking love your art. You, as a theater director, it's not often I meet artists who I feel like are capturing scenes and moments and beats, and people can see your artwork on your socials in the links below. I feel like we're getting snapshots of these very intimate, provocative, sensual, unapologetic, yet romantic and beautiful moments. And I'm just curious, first and foremost, where do you gain a lot of your inspiration from? And was there a moment early on in your life where you were like, I need to be an artist?
Definitely. As a child, I was definitely somebody who sketched all the time. I was born in the 70s, so I have that and like the freedom and uniqueness of the 80s to kind of refer to. And I think the 90s is when it was popping for me because I was like involved in the like queer culture the entire time in San Francisco. And there was a lot of club kids, there was a lot of circuit parties, there was also like tragedy but triumph happening. There was a wave of conservatism that really was terrible. So there was a lot of that happening. So I think the supermodel movement, like all the beauty of that and how beauty changes and the non-binary thing happening. And I think it's all coming together. So I feel like really good about where I came from in time. Do you know what I mean?
It's like you had all of these tools in your tool belt, and now it's like lightning in a bottle. It's almost like the world had to catch up to what you were thinking and how you were viewing the world. And that, you see this danger in your work, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but there's also this dichotomy. There's darkness, but then there's lightness. There's danger, but then there's an unapologetic authenticity. But yet also, like when we can see even a sneak peek of your work behind you, although we may be seeing different things, they are all of the same conversation and of the same mind. Do you feel like you have this subconscious specific style that you've developed?
I think so. And I didn't go to school for arts, but I was also a hairdresser for 30 years. So
wow.
I was using that as a medium to sculpt, basically.
Right.
Like meeting different people from all over the world. And I just feel really lucky to have been born here in San Francisco, for sure. And I think the city is my biggest inspiration, like how everybody is together. It's changed a lot, obviously, from the tech thing, but it's nice to see it come back a little bit after what's happening now. So
yeah, I hear you. And obviously San Francisco is, well, it was the heartbeat of, so many important movements, especially in queer culture and history. But I also do feel, because I have a lot of friends who live in San Francisco, they're saying something. There's some friends who lived in the 60s and 70s and 80s feel like there's some resurgence, especially from the younger people, this sense of community and activism and unapologetic voice. And I love that your voice is involved in this, LEA, because again, I'm just so curious about these scenes that you build. Is it something that you premeditate, or do you kind of create the scene as you're going, or does it just depend on the piece?
I think it depends on what I'm thinking as far as the figure goes. And then I get a sense of what I want the background to be. So I kind of incorporate things as I go along. It's hard for me to map things out. I kind of do it off the cuff. I should probably map it out a little.
No. But see, it's your unapologetic authenticity in this sense of rawness, right? That I think makes your art stand out.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It just makes me happy, really, to pay homage to all the people that raised me in the city. So yeah, it's great.
Well, listen, Leah, I could speak with you all day. I want to let everyone know for more on the incredible Leah. You could read more about her right below this video. And Leah, if someone wanted to buy or, purchase your artwork or commission an original piece, is that something that they can do?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of commissions lately, and I'm actually having a first solo show at the Academy San Francisco, which is the LGBTQI social center,
Yes.
hangout place. Have you been there?
No, I haven't, but I mean, obviously I've heard so much about it being as part of the LGBTQI community myself. When is that going to happen?
February 9th, it's a Wednesday, 6 to 9. My friend is pouring his beautiful wine that night. And I actually have a spot at the barber station too, part-time, just to kind of like keep it balanced. And yeah, it's a really beautiful space.
Well, Leah, you are a beautiful artist, and I'm so grateful we finally met. I'm excited you're coming on board this amazing new app. I told you offline, I've spoken with, well, I think over 200 artists, specifically artists who either draw or paint or do oil or, so many from all over, many in the East, actually, in between Japan, China, and Singapore. I would say most are from there. So to have the first San Francisco artist, but you're so singular, Leah. And
So
I'm
much.
think, and I'm thinking about, the young Leahs out there who may not feel like they can step into their power. And I think through your artwork, you definitely have stepped into your power. And I love the fact too that you don't take lightly where you've come from, the people that helped you along the way and inspire you to do your work.
Well, thank you.
Hey,
So
listen, I'm from New York. I say it like it is.
much.
LEA MAGDANGAL, it is so nice to meet you. And I'm so happy that we're now connected.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.